Hello and welcome back to Star Wars: The Living Set. Will, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Will has the hiccups. We'll see how this goes.
Sorry.
Wearing the Vikings jersey again because, again, you don't break a streak. I believe one time in the movie called Bull Durham, you've never seen that. You don't mess with a streak. Although I think they use different words there. So we won't talk about that one. But again, hopefully they can continue to win. We got 4 new cards coming at you for this episode. We're going to start off with card number 87, Dryden Vos. What do you think about that character?
Really interesting, weird guy.
Interesting, weird guy. Okay.
Yeah, but he was also really cool. I liked him.
He was really cool. So let's do some stats real quick. They made just over 1,000 of these. 1,003. 17 have been graded by PSA. 12 PSA 10s and 5 PSA 9s at the time. Of course, the actor is Paul Bettany, known very well for Marvel, right? So Vision as well as Jarvis. I think they were made around the same time, but of course his characters just really took off for that. Spoiler alert: he doesn't make it past Rogue One.
Nope.
Or past Solo. But again, a very popular character in the Marvel universe as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff I found out about Paul Bettany during my research. His brother died when at 8, and Paul actually dropped out of school, became a street performer, and he actually has dyslexia. So he actually kind of survived and lived, not living on the streets, but kind of that's how he made money for such a long time when he was in London, which I thought was pretty interesting. He actually then did theater work in London, and then the movie called A Knight's Tale was what his big break was. A very interesting movie. Heath Ledger, I believe, in that one, and that's actually where it's kind of about knights and kind of the jousting and things like that, which is very, very interesting. He's actually married to Jennifer Connelly, which is was very interesting. He actually had a crush on her when she was in the movie Labyrinth. He had seen that movie and then and ended up, of course, meeting her later and then getting married, which I thought was pretty interesting. So more about the character of Dryden Vos. So his character was actually modeled or influenced by Don Draper as well as Tom Hagen. So Don Draper, of course, was in. I'm drawing a blank on the name now. I'm going to get in trouble for this one. The movie from the 60s with the ad executives. I'll get it in there. And then Tom Hagen, of course, from The Godfather, which was really interesting. So I thought that was kind of a cool one there as well. His race, he's called a near human. He's not human.
He's near human.
He's near human. So like when you think of like those red marks on his face, like when he gets really fired up, he also has a claw in his thumb. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't know that either. But again, that's apparently part of being the near human, is that part. Of course, he's the public face of Crimson Dawn. And then he ended up buying Kira from Sarkin Ineb, who bought her from Lady Proxima. So that's how Kira ended up working there with Dryden Vos. Of course, he also had those 2 blades that he used.
Pretty cool.
Apparently, those are called Peter blades, Petar. I thought they were like vibra blades because I've seen those before. But definitely interesting when you look at those, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We are going to put a link in the video today about a great video where Paul Bettany gets actually interviewed about his behind the scenes, about kind of being in this movie, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll link that one in there as well. So any other thoughts on Dryden Vos this week?
I don't think so.
Good. Again, pretty cool character. I thought he did a really good job. Unfortunately, he didn't survive Solo, but definitely was a great one as well. I just remembered Don Draper, Mad Men. You've never seen that. You're too young for that. But Mad Men. Okay. Next card number 88. This one's from Rogue One. We're going to go with Bistan or Bistan. Which one do you want to go with?
Whichever one.
We'll do Bistan. He's a little shorter guy. And he was actually, I think, where they were actually firing out the ship when it was kind of circling over the adits.
U-wing.
Yep. The what wing?
U-wing.
U-wing. Ooh, very nice. So he's that guy. He was. Let's do the stats real quick. They made 996 of them, which this is where I start to think this is interesting. So Dryden Vos, 1,003. Bistan, 996. That means 7 people decided not to buy both cards. Not sure why. I always find that interesting. You'll find that actually interesting when we go to your cards today. PSA has graded 21 so far. 20 PSA 10s and only 1 PSA 9 at Bistan so far.
Wow.
Which is pretty interesting. The actor is a guy named Nick Kellington. He has also apparently been in Teletubbies. He was in the movie Couples Retreat. And he also plays Claude in Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
We're going to add a little picture to that one up here as well, which is pretty interesting. Yep.
Interesting.
He was apparently known as Space Monkey. That's what they called him kind of during the development.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, yep. Homeworld of Lakar is apparently where the character is from. And of course, on Yavin 4, he was one of the people that was really excited to get fired up by Jin. And she's
Yeah.
like, we're going to go save the world. And he's like, yay! And he helped her out.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else, of course, in the movie Rogue One, he dies at the end.
Literally everybody dies.
Pretty much everyone dies. And he, of course, died on Scarif. So again, pretty cool character. Wasn't around for very long, but definitely an interesting one as well.
Yeah.
Cool? All right. Next two cards. This is the first time we've had brother and sister during the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not aware of other sisters in the Star Wars universe. There might be other ones. But we're going to turn it over to Will. Card number 89, Paige Tico.
So card number 89 is Paige Tico, of course, but then card 90, which we're going to talk about later, is Rose.
Yep.
So we know that they're, of course, sisters. So that was pretty cool that they lumped together. Oh, excuse me. So they made 996, 27 have been graded, 7 9s, and 20 10s. The actress is, how do you say that?
Veronica?
Veronica No.
Yep.
She's in 23 different movies and or shows. Paige and Rose's homeworld is Auto Mock System.
Yeah, and if you remember, Paige actually Rose talks about growing up in this system when they're sitting there watching those animals running around, and she talks about the First Order coming and taking everything, and how she and her sister didn't have anything. So it's kind of interesting. We don't hear a lot from Paige, because, spoiler alert, isn't around very long, but we hear a lot more from Rose. But that's kind of their home system, yes.
She helped with the bombing of the dreadnaught Fulminatrix.
Yeah, that's apparently what the dreadnaught that Captain Kennedy is in, or Kennedy, at the beginning of this movie, of course, when they try to bomb it, and somehow Paige's bomber makes it through, she somehow falls, she somehow catches the little clicker thing and hits the button and then saves the world, right? Yep.
So, then older sister to Rose, as we know, because Rose talks about that.
Yep.
I don't hear it from Paige because I don't think she says like anything.
Yeah.
Except for a few lines, because then she very sadly dies.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's Rose's older sister. Then Paige was actually first seen in the behind the scenes video for Last Jedi, which came out on 2015. 2017.
Yep.
For
For the D23 Expo.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the first time we kind of saw Paige. I think she was part of that trailer. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we see at the beginning of the movie, and then she doesn't make it very long into that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on Paige?
I don't think so.
All right. Card number 90, Rose Tico. Tell us about Rose.
So, Rose, you kind of either you love her or you hate her.
Wow. Very controversial.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I've just heard from a bunch of people. They either really like her or very much dislike her.
Okay.
I personally think she's okay.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
I'm neutral.
Yeah. So she's, of course, from The Last Jedi. They made 901, 25 graded, 17 10s, and 8 9s.
Interesting here because they made more Paige cards than they did Rose cards. I thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
The actress is Kelly Marie Tran.
Marie
Tran.
Yep.
She's in 45 different shows and movies.
Yep.
And one of her more recent ones, she was actually the main character in Raya the Last Dragon.
I have no idea what that is.
It was a Disney movie that came out.
Was it a cartoon? Was it like live action?
It was cartoon.
Got it. So she like a voice in that one?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So the audition for Rose was actually a 5-month long audition.
Yep.
And she had also apparently never seen a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. So like she came in and then it was like a month. And then she came back and it was a month. And she came back and it was a month. And that lasted for 5 months. And she had never seen a Star Wars movie before being in The Last Jedi or getting the part. And she actually talked about that. She thought that might have helped her because she didn't have like a preconceived notion about like how the characters should be or what they should do. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. The character of Rose and Paige, I guess, originally came from Star Wars Last Jedi Cobalt Squadron?
Yeah, apparently it's a book. I'm not familiar with it. We'll put a little link up here so you guys can check that out. But apparently that's where their characters kind of came from. Yeah.
Her character was basically created to challenge Finn,
Yep.
which I really liked because they have like a pretty cool connection.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I thought especially when they first meet, when he's kind of recovering, he's trying to get down to the escape pod, and they have this like back and forth. Well, may the force be with you, and also with you, and they
Yeah.
just kind of have the awkward standoff, and then they become kind of good partners in the next one as well, which I think was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
This part's actually funny. So, she originally told her family that she was filming in Canada,
Yep.
but she obviously was not filming in Canada.
Yep.
I don't know where she was filming.
Oh, either.
But she sent her family a bunch of like different photos from Canada that she got off the website.
Yep.
And she even sent them a little bottle of syrup
Yeah.
to make them think that she was filming in Canada when she was not.
Yeah. Pretty interesting that they took the time. She took the time to download a bunch of pictures from Google, send them those pictures, and then also sent them some syrup as a gift, which I thought was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Cool. Anything else on these 4 cards?
I don't think so.
All right. So again, every week we always got to pick our favorite artist card of the week. Which one is your favorite card for this week?
My favorite is honestly probably Paige.
Really? Okay, you're gonna go Paige. I'm going Dryden Vos. I'm a huge fan of the way that one looks with the red line. So again, shout out to Chris Penix who does all of the artwork on these cards so far. We are getting closer and closer to card number 100. Once we get to 100, we're going to actually make a special episode about some other things around the set. We hope that you guys like this show. Let us know. If you're interested in the cards, every single Tuesday, 2 new cards are available from Topps.com. And again, a great way to check out the cards and a great way to collect them.
Yeah.
Will, anything else for the week?
I don't think so.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.